Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Micah Frankel. Brant Moore Jr. joining me today. How you doing, sir?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. How you doing?
Just fought, just won. Like, got a decision, got haters. Hope we can air that out.
Man, 7 in a row. I'm happy. I saw dominance. I mean, 30-26, 30-27. We can talk about that one of the crackpot scorecard if you need to, but I saw domination.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very interesting fight for me, right? It's a very interesting fight for me. I didn't get to finish this time, it was really difficult to get the finish, mainly because Ago did not try to fight me, man. It was crazy. Ago was not trying to fight your boy at all. Like on the ground, he was just holding on for dear life, like a little baby, like a baby holds on to his mom. It's like just holding on as tight as he can, not trying to get up, not trying to move. And then on the feet, he wasn't trying to bang either. He was just trying to kick my leg and run. It was crazy.
I like the uppercut. I got to tell you, you had the right uppercut working in there. I liked it. There
Yeah.
was a couple body kicks. I'm sure that you got things to air out, things that you weren't happy with, but I saw improvements in the striking in what you were doing out there.
Did a lot better. Did a lot better. Stood a little bit more in my fight. So I was excited about it. I was excited, not excited. Nah. I won. So I was happy about that, winning.
Winning. And then, I mean, probably somebody owes you an apology for that stand up in the third round. I mean, I've seen robberies that made more sense than that stand up.
Oh no. The Silva, he when he said it, like it made sense. It made sense when he was talking about it, like, cause Mike Algo was on the ground like talking crap, and I'm like moving around, and then I just like stopped for a second, and I was just like, I said something, and he's just like, oh no, if you got time to talk, you got time to stand, and I was just like, hey, fair enough. I wasn't like when he did it, like I was actually talking to the ref a lot, like whenever during the fight, like as soon as I got the first takedown, like Algo's like holding like as hard as he can, and like one of my arms was trapped, like hugged to his body, and I was just like, yo, give me like 5 seconds, okay? And he's just like, dude, he's over here just, I'm just like, give me 5 seconds, let me just got it. you know But yeah, I didn't think there was anything wrong with him standing us up. The way he put it, he's like, you got time to talk, you got time to stand, you stand. It was fun. They want to talk about some robberies or something crazy. One of the judges giving him a winning round. That I mean, it didn't affect the fight either way, But I mean, what? One of the judges gave him a round, man. One of
He
the
kicked
judges.
your leg. He kicked your leg. I don't know. And then I'm pretty sure you spent about 3 minutes on top after that and landed some good ground and pound to close out the last 30 seconds. So the commentary and at least two of the judges, most of us watching, seemed like a pretty secure 10-9 in your favor.
Hey, that's that's how it be though. People have their opinions, and that's what judging is, like an opinion. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, that was one judge that was goofing up calls like all night. It's like two out of three judges, and everybody else that was watching was seeing one fight, and then this guy was just seeing whatever he wanted. He was seeing whatever he wanted. It was crazy.
Well, forget them. How do you grade the performance?
Man, there's always area to improve. I'd probably be like maybe a seven, six and a half, a seven, good. I think I did good passing grade for sure. It's like on my end, it's easy to be dominant. It's easy to be dominant when when you're good at grappling to the degree I am, at least. Being a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but it's hard to say like how the performance really went overall, because like I said earlier, Ago wasn't trying to really fight me, or he wasn't trying to fight me. Like his mouth was like, his mouth was the most confrontational thing in the cage, if you will. Like he'd be like talking crap on the bottom, like, go stand us up. Like I remember at the day after our fight, he was like, oh, like he's like, he couldn't finish me. He's hitting like a pillow, or whatever. But all he was doing was one, either A, trying to hold on, or B, whenever he was standing, because there was good points where we were standing, and it's not like the fight was just me trying to shoot in for takedowns or anything like that. Like whenever we were standing, especially second round and on, he was the one always wanting to engage and clinch up. He didn't actually want to strike, if you will. He would be out kicking my leg, then I'd thump him, and then he'd try to grab me and get folded, because why would you do that? Why would you? And then the full Imanari rolled on me. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
That's what I want to bring up. That's what I wanted to bring up. Third round, desperation. I'm like, this dude has to come out winging haymakers, looking for a head kick, and he threw himself on the ground for you. I'm like, did you really look at him like? Ugh.
Yeah, man, I was confused. If you want to talk about, hey man, A1 game plan though. I mean, if he knew more about leg locks, he might have been able to get a sub right there. I was confused. I was really confused for a second there. I was like, wow, like if you're gonna go for broke, and you've been losing on the ground, I figured like something crazy, like cartwheel kick, flying knee, back spinning thing, but he Imanari rolled, and I was like looking at him, I'm just like, is this really happening? And then he started grabbing my leg, and I'm just like, oh, no, we're not. That's not finna. You're not finna actually try to throw something on me. It's a shame. It's weird. Weird fight, man. Weirdest fight I've ever had, actually. Now that I'm thinking about all the stuff that happened, weirdest fight I've had in a long time.
Are you surprised when you're on top how much
talking he's doing? Nah, like some people. Algo was very, very emotional. He got like by far he's I don't know. Like he was just very emotional. Like you can tell, like going between round 1 into round 2, he mentally he was breaking down really, really bad. Like I don't think he's ever had a fight where he was getting dominated like so hard, and getting neutralized in every single area that he thought he could do anything in the standing. He was just running around, kicking at my leg. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, like I thought I kept it together. Like the Grinch is just like, whoo, almost lost my cool there. But like whenever I'm fighting, I was kicking my leg, and there was a point where my brain snapped, and that's when I threw that right kick to the body, because he's like, I've done a lot of striking competitions like boxing and Muay Thai and kickboxing, right? Like I can tell whenever somebody's like pointing you, like in boxing, like throwing a jab and then running, they may be throwing a jab and running, but you're not getting anything in, they're scoring, you're not, type of deal. And that's what I felt was happening. I felt like he was trying to like kick my leg and point and get a point and run, like, because the man was running. The man was not circling. He was like, like he was chopping them legs out of there, man. Yeah. But yeah, I lost my cool at some point and threw a hard body kick. I should have threw more of those because of how much he was kicking my leg and running, because his leg kicks like didn't have no heat on him, because he didn't want to really engage. He was just trying to pat my leg. Damn him.
from you, is there any disappointment that you didn't get that finish? You had Mount 3 times.
Oh yeah, big disappointment. Like looking back on it, it's not in me to go for an armbar or anything like that, but I really should have just armbarred the dude. Like he turned over and was like take my arm, please. Like, you know, he turned over and was like really giving his arm, like, and I'm over here like getting punch happy and then stopping and then trying to rear naked choke him, you know, and just should have just there were easier avenues for the finish that I shouldn't have locked so tunnel vision. That's the main reason why I didn't get a sub this fight, because of too much tunnel vision. I definitely wanted to make the fight more violent, you know, a lot more punching, a lot more moments, you know, where there was like, oh yeah, oh, you know, more violent, but people are still bitching at your boy. People are still bitching at your boy. So I don't know.
Right, well, let's address that. Well, what's been some of the more colorful feedback? Well, it's not even probably feedback. What's the shit you've received for this?
Oh man, like all of it's not really my coaches or anything like that. It's just we're just like, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, keep improving. They see that I'm improving and that I'm not being this like one-dimensional dude trying to get takedowns and whatever and like just lay on people. The biggest thing is like the fans, or like not even like fans, just people that are hating. Like a lot of people were going for Ago. And for me, I'm just like I can't help that I'm so much better, that I was so much better than Ago on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that. I put my time in there and he didn't, right? I can't help that he didn't try to fucking get up. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, you're just laying on him," but in reality, that's not what's happening. He's not trying to get up. Man, my man was just holding on for dear life, looking at the ref like, please stand us up. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like if there was something like a penalty, or let's see, either a penalty or like, you know, some type of warning, you know, for like, oh, if you can't get up, you know what I'm saying, you can't defend yourself, you know, just don't stop the fight. You know, that's it is what it is. But uh, I I think just I don't know. Like people just like to hate on that style. Like people that are very dominant on the ground. You know, like Curtis Blades. Even though Curtis Blades just lost his last fight against Derek Lewis. You know, he stood with Derek Lewis and he did fine leading up until he had a horrendous uppercut. I'm friends with Curtis Blades on Facebook, and I see some of the stuff he posts. You know, he's just like, you know, it's not. Me and him have the same opinion on stuff. You know, as far as fighting, you know, me and him both are not like Derek, and like how Derek Lewis is. So Derek Lewis is just freakishly strong, big behemoth of a man. Curtis Blades is too, but just like, you know, you fucking Derek Lewis could do this to you, and you're going to sleep. Like he's literally can finish a fight with 1 second left in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's just got power like that. I don't have that's not my bread and butter. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, you know, I'm very disappointed about not getting the finish, and you know, and as far as people that hate, you know, fuck them on that end. Like, you know, a lot of people, like I remember I saw a couple of people post on LFA like just like hashtag pillow. And then people were talking shit. I remember this one person that was talking shit that was like this like 19-year-old girl, dude, that like and like this like Insta thought was like on there talking shit on me about going for Argo, and I'm like, what? Insta thoughts are hating on your boy.
I saw a Facebook page this past weekend hating on Canelo for his fight, and then one guy commented, he was like, "Well, you guys tell me about your pro records."
Yeah, yeah, you know, like but yeah, as far as like people that hate, it doesn't really like get under my skin or anything like that. It's like in a like a real like hurt me type of way. It's really more just like, this is a perfect segue for me to talk about all the shit the nonsense that y'all are spewing on the internet right now. You know, like I got no problem being the villain, man, and talking shit to everybody. You know, I just don't. you know, because I'm a martial artist, and I've stayed away from that for a very long time. But if people are gonna hate, you know what I'm saying? I got opinions too.
I mean, how much is that just a reality of the position that you're in, being an athlete and entertainer in the public eye?
As far as like being an athlete and an entertainer, you know, for the children that I coach, teach, children that look up to me, you know, they know people that actually like are personal friends or family to me, you know, they know how I am, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, I cuss sometimes on either the internet or like, you know, on TV or whatever. Like, you know, they know me internally and me as a person. I'm a very good guy, and I like love kids, and like I want to be a good role model to them. But a part of being like the role model, at least that I am, is be yourself, you know. And if they see me, and like that's definitely the message I want to send off to people that are watching me, you know, be yourself. And a part of be yourself, you know, for the people that love me, is that the people that hate me, I get to say fuck you haters, you know, just because. Be yourself, that's what you should do. Love yourself, fuck haters.
And again, you've won 7 in a row doing your thing, so it's working, right?
It's working. I'm wanting to knock out sooner than later, but I'm saying a lot. I want to knock out sooner than later, but sometimes stuff doesn't go like you think. Like, you know, believe it or not, a lot of my fights that I do fight, my last couple of fights, I have gotten a takedown into a finish at some point in the fight, you know. But more often than not, if you were to watch a lot of film on me, you'd actually see that I'd be punching people in the face, and then they grab me, and then it's like, well, I guess you're a wrestler now. You know, I thought I was the jiu-jitsu black belt, but okay. And then I choke them because of that. You know, but I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me as far as like, you know, hopefully get a contender series fight, or you know, maybe a LFA title fight, maybe not. You know, as far as like what I'm doing in LFA, I am kicking everybody's ass, like up and down these mats. You know, not like I don't think I think the only time I've lost a round in LFA is against Ed Milson for 1 round. You know, that's probably like the only time I've ever lost a round in LFA. Um, you know, amateur or professional. You know, I'm gonna
So
have to
you
rewatch. That's a pretty bold ass statement. I should watch. I should rewatch some film. Bold ass statement. I like it though.
what's next? You said it as in a term of opponent, but I'm asking in terms of your improvement and development. What's next for you?
Oh man, just keep doing what I'm doing. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Like I'm already going in the right direction. I train my striking all the time. The new element that I have added to my game is judo. Judo has helped me in everything. It's helped me in my Muay Thai. It's helped me in my boxing. It's helped me in my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu. It's helped me in all different directions, just because the one key thing in judo is footwork, and that's a big key thing in a lot of other martial arts. You know, um, like the footwork in judo is very similar to the footwork in boxing, which is similar to the footwork in wrestling. Judo also has a lot of similar throws to Muay Thai. You know, there's a lot of areas where they cross up. You know, so that has helped a lot. Been getting a lot of work in with my striking. Been doing a lot of research and development on how to dismantle more styles, you know, because that's like what I am. I'm very big on getting in the mind and breaking down the person solving the puzzle in front of me. As y'all have seen with Ago, you know, that was the thing that that was the thing that had him. The man was going, but I haven't got to see it yet. But people that were watching, whenever they go in and they're just like, see what the corner's telling him, like Ago was going ballistic over there in the corner. Apparently, he was just like, he's not doing nothing. He's just laying on me. Oh my god, like, you know. I would I couldn't imagine saying some shit like that in a fight. Like, oh my god, he's just laying on me. What do I do? I'm crying.
I
Like
know you're
I know it
looking
sounds
for
like I'm
the
talking a lot of
finish.
shit about Argo. I got respect. I do have respect for him. Like, you know, I'm just talking. I'm just saying it like how it is and how it happened. You know, I'm not like personally talking shit on like him. You know.
I know you wanted the finish, but is there almost a sense of pride or an extra something gained from making somebody go through that anguish and that suffering and that confusion throughout the fight? 'Cause
I don't think about it all the time up until like something like a question like that, or I'm talking to one of my dudes like what you want to happen whenever you're fighting. You want the person you're fighting to not have a good time. You want them to be like, dude, I'm not having a good time, and want to leave as soon as possible, right? And yeah, I was like, I was telling my dudes, yeah, I'm like that. There's a small bit of pride. There's a small bit of pride and like awesomeness in it. Like, you know, I guarantee you, nobody's gonna do him like that for a very long time. Like he'll wake up at night like, like get like he's still on me. Get him off. Ref.
yeah,
Yeah.
you enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. He'll wake up at night for he's probably like, you know, coming off of it now, being that it's like getting close to a month since it's happened. But yeah, for the next 5 days after our fight, he was waking up every night.
You're like the boogeyman now in his
Yeah,
dream.
he was waking up at night thinking Brett was there, looking under the bed. You can't hurt me. You can't.
So
Yeah.
if you ever got to watch the fight, I believe one of the commentators at the end, like they saw people complaining on Twitter and said, yeah, no finish, but what he does is win.
Yeah, I mean, it's like my past two. Let's see, my past two fights have not been a finish, you know. But my finishing rate is actually it's above 50%, you know, and they're in the first round if I remember right. You know, I don't have my record, like, just let me see. Renegade Chubb. Dude, lost.
We're gonna get choke. We're gonna get choke. Found for
Yeah,
the choke.
I was just like lost. Decision.
What's that? You got 5 submissions?
Yeah, I think I got five. I think I got five submissions. You know what I'm saying? I got nine. I'm 9-1. So
Yeah, you're still over 50%.
yeah, I got over 50% finish rate. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, haters. Like, you know, like yeah, I just like you know, it's better for me at the end of the day. It's better to have a streak of wins and decision wins as opposed to like win, finish, loss. You know, of whatever kind. Finish, you know. Like, you know, different promotions, different things, UFC or whatever is looking for different types of people, but more than anything, they're looking for a good record. I'm a 155er, dude. I fight at 55 with the Khabibs, the fucking Gaethjes, and the, like, you know, the Poiriers and the McGregors and all those guys. Like, you know, I'm fighting guy. I'm in a division where if your record isn't like high as fuck with less than 4 losses, like, you know what I'm saying, they'll like try to ship you out to the fucking pasture to get shot. You know what I'm saying? If I like, you know, I know every division is different. Like, you know, men's division is different than the women's division, which is different than weight classes across each other. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, in the division I'm in, if I was like trying to make exciting fights, you know, and losing decisions, because like me striking, I've had a lot of striking matches. I know what it feels like to get outpointed. It feels really suspect, especially with judging, especially the judging in Kansas. You're like, you know, I'm standing, dude's kicking my leg and running away from me. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna see that. I might get one flurry in and land something. They might give it to me. They might give it to him. I don't want to risk my whole career on like trying to land a couple of punches and be, nah, I don't want to risk my career on that when I could just take a dude down and make him look like shit and win the fight, you know?
And like you said, these last two dudes, they, Ago, Joe, don't want to say anything bad about them. They both had that look in their eyes, though, that look in their face, like what's happening, and
Yeah.
everybody watching had that look like they don't look right. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, they yeah, their coaches like Algo's coach was yelling some shit to him in some other language that was not familiar with at all. Like it definitely wasn't German, and it wasn't German, Spanish, or English. You know, I could tell you it wasn't Latin in origin. It didn't sound familiar at all. He's from Bosnia, so whatever they speak over there in Bosnia, that's what he's probably speaking to him. You know, but I was just like, yeah, they were yelling so much shit to him, and he just there was nothing he can do. There was nothing he can do. And that is not my fault. That is not my fault. That's his fault, you know. Also, one last thing, just as much as I feel like as a grappler, I feel like as a grappler, we get the short end of the stick. Like everybody's so quick to be like, oh, this is boring. But striking can get pretty boring too, man. Like watching two dudes try to kick each other in the calf. My girlfriend was telling me this yesterday. It's like watching two dudes circle around and try to kick each other in the calf or in the leg to where nobody can move for a while. And you know what I'm saying? Doing that for like 1.5 rounds, and then like after neither of them can move, like really, really good, getting in there, swinging and then leaving, swinging and then leaving, like that shit gets pretty boring too, you know. Like you can walk away from the screen and you know they're still throwing calf kicks out there, you know, that type of thing. You know, at least with grappling, like something crazy could happen at any moment. With striking, you can kind of feel where the fight's like leading up to. Like I just feel like grapplers and people's view of grappling just kind of gets the short end of the stick. Like, you know, they feel it's boring, but it's very consistent up until a crazy explosion. But striking is just like, you know, everybody's just like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then the fight's over, and it's just like, what? They're like, what? Like all that excitement is just like, man, that was a crazy fight. And then look at the film, and it's just like, dude's over here. Leg kick.
Just as
Leg kick.
complaining about your fight, we're complaining this past weekend about the heavyweight main event on the UFC because they weren't throwing, because Rosenstruck stood against the fence, was trying to counter strike, and Gon was like, okay, if you're just going to counter strike me, I'll jab, I'll throw out my leg kick, push kick, stay away from you, shoot into the clinch when you get close. And the whole reason Rosenstruck never wanted to get close was because he was scared that Gon would clinch him, as he did, and he was scared to get on the bottom with a guy that had hit a leg lock. He's like, oh, this one might submit me.
Yeah, and like, you know,
awkward, boring fight. Just like if you watch Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou, the two greatest knockout artists we have, they just stared at each other, both thinking, I don't want to get knocked out.
Exactly. You know, every fight's different. You know, of course, I'm not gonna be this decisionator dude. You know, you know, you'll see many different things in the fight in my coming future fights. You know, every fighter and every opponent has a different set of things you got to worry about and shit you got to be scared of, which will give you different types of fights. You know, so wherever I fight next, I'm gonna whoop that ass regardless.
Oh, so we can't pull any breaking news out of you?
No. Sadly, no. Just training, making sure I'm not getting too fat. You know, may have just fought, but getting too fat is like, it's not good. You know, especially since me and my lady like fought. We actually fought a week apart. Like she fought and then I fought the next week, you know. So we're both out of fight camp. So we're both trying to hold each other accountable to not get fat as fuck. You know, yeah, it's real life, man.
And you were telling me before, she made the pro debut. You were there. What was that like?
What was it like, man? It was all the biggest thing. I was just, you know, just proud of her. She does good. I'm excited that she's fighting as a professional. She's definitely ready to do it. She hasn't been training. She hasn't been fighting that long. She's only been fighting for like 2 years, but in the 2 years, she's done a ridiculous amount of stuff, man. Like she's won a national Muay Thai title. She was like, I don't even know. I think like 5-1 or 6-1 as an amateur before she turned professional. She just fought Rain Guerrero, which is Rain like beat Deborah Kuzman in her pro debut, which Deborah Kuzman's a beast, you know. So Annette's And it's just, she's done so many good things. I'm so proud of her. She just does good over and over and over again. Superwoman, superwoman. So, what was it like watching her fight? It's I don't ever have any worry because how hard she trains and how much work and time she puts in. Like, there's never anything for me to worry about. It's just like myself, you know. Like, as long as I put in like all the time and all the work I need, it doesn't really matter. How the fight goes out. I just tried my hardest and I tried my best. There's no real stress on like the win or the lose. I just went out and I tried my hardest, tried my best. And I know that's what she's gonna do. If somebody beats her by chance, like, which is a slim chance, but if it does happen percentage wise, she trained as hard as she could and gave it all she got. And that's all you can do. And that's it. Right. So
And what does it mean to you having a partner there that you two both go to the gym and you guys are there to support and push each other in this martial arts journey?
oh, it's really good. It's just it makes it feel good. It makes me feel good. It makes her feel good. Like anybody that fights, like they know what it's like. If anybody that fights and is single, they would know what it's like trying to find that person that is like really about it. Like there's people that like say they're about it, and then a couple of years down the line, it's just like, oh, blah 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 blah. I don't like that you're going to the gym all the time, blah, so forth and so on. Especially in the position I'm at right now. Like I'm on the climb to like hopefully good life and good living. Like right now it's not like I'm making like 10, 100,000, a fight. I'm scraping by with whatever. So it's just like while I'm on this climb up, it's like really, it's like, it's easy. It's also easy to support me while I'm winning, but I'm on this short climb trying to get up to the top of the mountain. And not everybody's all about the climb to the mountain. A lot of people want to be here and come in like once you're at the top, but yeah, having somebody like right now that's helping me with the climb and I can climb with, it's indescribable.
As you're still on this climb, and I know you told me before, since a little kid, your goal's always been to become the best fighter in the world. How often do you still go back to that first thought as a young man?
um Man, it doesn't the thought doesn't really come up whenever I MMA fight. Mainly it comes up whenever I'm doing stuff like judo. Hopefully judo tournaments are gonna start up again and I'm gonna be able to start competing in those. Um because the to be the greatest fighter and the greatest martial artist, like there's no better representation of that than having a black belt in something, right? So like I got a black belt in karate and I also have a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm currently a brown belt in judo, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to get my black belt in the next 1 or 2 years. I'm striving for that, and try to get 3 black belts before I'm 30, and then find something else to get a black belt in, or just be or put my study into Muay Thai and become a Muay Thai crew. Boxing doesn't have a ranking system, but I've been boxing for a fucking decade, so why not? I've been boxing since I was 15, so you know, black belt boxing strap, black belt, black boxing glove with like a red shit right here, something. you know, but
Find something, right? There are tons of martial arts out there.
yeah. As far as whenever I do fight though, like whenever I'm walking into the cage and standing across from whoever I'm gonna fight. Oh man, it's hard to explain exactly what I'm thinking and how it feels, but it feels like, all right, do or die. This can only go one or two ways. I'm gonna win, or I'm not gonna, or I'm gonna lose. Either way, I'm ready to die here. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with dying here.
He's Brant Moore Jr., and we can't let him go without talking about video games because we know that's the most important stuff, right?
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I did once I came back from Kansas. I played League of Legends. Came back, popped on the game, played some League, played some Warzone, Battlefield, not Battlefield, Warzone, Call of Duty. My little dude, Tristan, stepson. He's like, I don't know what his, I don't know. Eclipsy is Clipsy is his little alias, but I don't have his like I don't have a way to give him a plug, you know. So but yeah, I play with him both games. Hopefully he's got a little dream of like as far as school goes, he's gonna be an engineer, but he's gonna be a professional gamer, you know, and he's really good. He's really good. You know, he can if he gets he can as long as I get him to like that. Me and Annette are both like trying to push him to get the gusto. Be like, don't have inhibitions about competing in a $5,000 tournament, a $10,000 tournament. Don't be like, oh, these are the best guys in the world. Oh, like, you know, just keep doing that and keep doing that up until like, you know, you might win one of these, win a $2,000 tournament, 3,000, 4, 5, whatever, you know, and then, you know, you could be like that one kid, that one 11-year-old that won the Fortnite tournament and made a couple million, you know, off the fucking Fortnite tournament.
Right. You know, E-League, man, big
Yeah.
stuff in the future for them.
Yeah, so I'm just like, just do it. You're doing the exact same thing I'm doing. I understand what you're trying to do. You're doing the same thing I'm doing. It's just a different sport. Do it. Like Shia LaBeouf, just do it. You know.
He's infinitely interesting. I don't know how you can find his fight style boring, guys. He suffocates people. He's Brant Moore Jr. Anything else left for the people?
Shout out to Bowen Chiropractic in Longview because he's the man I go to keep my spine in line because I have hella back pain. Smothering people, slamming people down, and other things like that requires really strong back muscles and really strong bone formation. And Dr. Bowen keeps my spine in line. And actually, Athletic Performance Institute, they keep me in shape. That's another thing. Like I took that fight with Ago on short notice, and the weight cut. I know also another thing about that. I know I missed weight. You know, I gave it everything I could. I know now I cannot take at least in the winter. I'm not able to. At least in the winter, like the dead cold winter, I'm not gonna be able to. Like I was 185 in the beginning, and then got all the way down to like 59. Sorry for missing weight. Sorry for missing weight on that, but you know, shit happens the way it is. Did it the best I could, and but API keeps me like in shape. And while Ago was over here from the second round and on, sucking wind and struggling, you know, I was over here like, oh man, I'm in better shape than I thought. So plug to them, Holly and Josh Gonzalez, you know, API, Team 515, you know, want to thank Larry. Larry, like, you know, he's kind of like my rock in the fight game, you know. He's like, you know, always traveling with me, always taking me everywhere, sometimes driving me places, you know. He's my dude, wrapping my hands, number one dude that I've always he's the Robin to my Batman in the fight game sometimes. But you know, James Compton, my girlfriend Annette, and yeah, Ink and Muscle, you know, they're leather. Want to thank her too. Think that shit. I already thanked Annette. Talked enough about Annette.
On the missing weight, on the cold, was it just harder because you're used to there in Texas with the humidity? You're used to waking up sweating, basically.
Man, it was between the cold and just weird stuff happening with training. You know, like my team actually left the week before, so I wasn't able to like get actual good like training in because we had planned this trip and I was supposed to go to New Mexico, you know, as you remember, but then I had the fight pop up, so I was just like, I'm gonna take it, you know. And so I wasn't able to like train really hard the week before, which is, you know, more often than not the hardest week of training, you know. I wasn't able to like get the weight down that way, and I was because it was short notice, I was about 4 or 5 pounds heavier than what I normally start out at, you know. So normally I'm able to diet down and get lower in weight and physical weight before cutting weight. But this time I cut all that weight and then, but I missed weight by the exact amount of weight that I was over
When you
before
started.
before I started. You know what I'm saying? It was like literally a 1-to-1 ratio. Shit was wild, man. I was just like, oh, like it was like I got the weight cutting down to a science, and just the formula getting messed up by those numbers made me miss by those numbers, you know. But yeah, there wasn't no tactic involved. There wasn't no bullshit with that, man. It was a series. The way, as I say it, it was a series of misfortune and events that caused me to make an unprofessional move. It's literally the only time I've ever missed weight in an MMA, anything, amateur or pro. You know, so it's not like it's gonna be a habit or anything like that. It's literally the outlier of the graphic of the trend. So, but it shit happens, and all the things considered and all the stuff that happens, like it'd be like that.
So now trying to stay around 85.
Was that? Oh no, 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 God no, man. Yeah, hopefully summer's about to kick in and all this COVID bullshit is like really, really dying down, and the winter's not gonna we're not gonna get frozen in again, and I can get to a consistent all the time training schedule again. Because the biggest thing is it'll be like training, 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 fucking get snowed in for a week, training, 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 COVID, training, training, more COVID, because another random person is getting COVID, like COVID, boom, shut down, back, COVID, shut down, back. It's annoying, man.
And still, even it's been pretty inconsistent.
Not all the time, but but like in these past like month and a half, like the clutch time, that I needed, shit like that was happening. It's horrifying. It's like, if it was happening at any other time, it'd be like whatever. I'm just missing a little bit of training. I train all the time. But like clutch time when I need it is when it's happening. Damn it, Mike.
Well, hopefully we get to see you back in action. And like we said, dominant performance, forget the haters.
Yeah, not worried about them. Not worried about them. I'm gonna fight again and I'm gonna win again. So, you can keep hating and hope to see me lose. Just be sure to tune in for the fight, because there are times where I actually finish people in the first round. So it's all fun to watch.